whenever you accidentally keep the music playing, because I usually turn it off once the intro starts, but then you just hear like this tiny little bit of like fiddle after all that. It was interesting. Okay, so everybody welcome to the finale of Danganronpa. We're going to be finishing this today. Aww. M. Night, I don't ever look at my audience. I want y'all to realize that. Like, I never look at my audience count. Alright, but anyways, so. Go ahead and put that here. So, let me go ahead and say hi to everybody. So, let's see, who got here first? JK, hello. I hope you're doing well today. Good to see everybody here, because we also have Jerry, and then we have M. Night. I hope everybody's doing fantastic. I love all your faces, and I'm really excited to finish up this game, even though I will be a little bit melancholic because I kind of didn't ever want it to end. I got invested in these people, even though they did keep dying at the rate of, my only really rebuttal to that is I'd say, like, Hunger Games characters. Not, well, yeah, Hunger Games or, Game of Thrones. I totally can't believe I got those two mixed up.
At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before.
So yeah,
all
last time we left,
you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
No,
So thank you for the host, Panda. Also, hello.
I got it!
So, if anyone doesn't remember, we found out it was Junko who did all this. It was really elaborate, but she's like crazier than a sack of rocks.
After all. Well,
I love her
I would
voice.
hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. So then, let me ask you another question.
But
Did
I
you
like how
notice
she just
that
like
each
shoves
motive I
Monokuma in front of her
presented you had a
face.
specific theme to it?
Theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
No! Fight back, JK. Choose life.
I got it!
Human
The
connections.
driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill.
Interesting.
But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay! Time for the next question! So, what was the theme for the second motive?
Oh, you slapped me? Oh, I didn't see. Hold on. Stop shuffling your deck in the corner, JK. Everybody can see it. Shit.
I got it! It was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was...
Panda, I'm questioning this.
Embarrassing memories and
I feel like you're innocent and Babby, but then I'm reading this and I'm like, don't be lewd, don't be lewd, don't be lewd, don't be lewd.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder?
Yeah, exactly, Jerry. Also, how are you doing? I know I just said that already earlier, but like, this game, what? I'm sorry, I'm mind blown right now. Shit. Third murder. Who was the third person to die? Oh.
Shoot!
Oh. Wait, we were talking about Celeste?
It was money, wasn't it?
I thought we were like recounting the murders in order.
Destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again! Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
That'd be guilt.
I got it! In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see,
What's with the mushrooms?
once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway,
I
it
kind of
looks
like the
you
cheap
answered
anime
all
girl
my
version of her.
questions correctly. Oh,
Like, you know, she
painfully
turns like into like a straight up
What's the
like
point? What meaning
1980,
is there in asking those
1990s
questions
nightmare.
now?
Relationships?
Right there, yeah, that one.
Money? Betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
It almost looks like her face loses quality as she does that face.
Exist in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel
I
humans to
say.
kill each other,
Well,
bringing
I'd
despair to
never.
the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment. And that
Yes,
nourishment
quite.
is
Nourishment.
hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
If you would listen, you
Okay,
would see
I have
I'm
her
not
personalities
changing the
timed out.
subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
So does she just keep putting her hair up and taking off
You
and
see,
putting on
by
different
taking
hats and
away your
glasses?
memories, I gave you hope.
I really have to see
Of
this,
course,
like
that
in a
hope merely
real
existed to
setting.
be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway!
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right? The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place.
Right?
That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to
I was
leave.
gonna say. Some of this is
The
interesting.
only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
Correctamundo!
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give
Crazy
you a
Eddie.
hint.
Huh? Really? Then hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world.
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there? Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I wanna see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame!
Just like that?
Behold, the world beyond the school walls! This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
Oh, this can't be real.
What the?
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense.
What am I looking at?
This is a scene from a movie or something, right?
What you just saw, all of you should recognize it. That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
Better kick your brain in the ass, cause it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die. I don't
What?
remember ain't a fucking excuse no more, cause now it's time for the final class trial.
We just had the final class trial.
Come on, bitches! Remember or die! What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to remember or whatever, but when it comes to that crazy, confusing video you showed us, I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering?
Nobody can remember anything. This is the end for all of us.
What other choice do we have? Come on, bitches! What the fuck
You want us to... When it comes to that crate, I don't understand. What's the meaning? Is this another one of...
I mean, what am I supposed to...
Nobody can remember anything.
Okay.
Shoot! Come on, bitches! Remember or die! What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to... When it comes to that crazy... I don't understand. What's the meaning? Is this another one of...
I mean, what am I supposed to be...
Nobody can remember anything. Shoot!
Okay. Might as well just try all three on that. I feel like
Come
that's
on,
the
bitches!
one we need to focus
Remember or
on.
die! What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to... When it comes to that crazy... I don't
Are we
understand.
about to,
What's
like,
the meaning?
make
Is this another one
Toko
of...
go back to Genocide Jack?
What am I supposed to be...
Nobody...
Yep.
No, that's wrong. Actually, she might remember.
Who might remember?
Time to intentionally trigger
other two.
schizophrenia. Or no, not
Genocide,
schizophrenia,
Jack.
sorry, multiple personality disorder. Dang it, now they got me
share
doing it.
Certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
I see. If their memories are separate, then even if one personality's forgotten,
Oh yeah, this is the first
there's a
time
chance
that all the
other
best
may
girls are
still
in the
have
same
those
room.
memories.
What do you say, Toko?
Obviously, Genocide Jill is on the low spectrum of that end, but, you know, it's better than Toko. Toko's like a wet blanket.
It'd be like forfeiting my entire identity.
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on now.
Wow, how lucky was
It's
that?
me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer.
Plot sneeze, plot sneeze.
Even like it was nothing.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately. Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh my god.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
That's enough! Just look at the
I love the
stupid
interaction
screen.
between them, that's great.
Aye, aye. Roger, you got it, Captain.
I know, I just can't believe that they made it, like, can you really force yourself to sneeze? I've never met anybody with a reflex like that. Who the hell's calling
Well,
me right now?
Does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but... Of course it does!
Then
Give
you
me 2
remember
seconds,
all the
y'all.
stuff it's showing?
Or not, never mind. I missed the call. We're good.
Of course I do!
I was
So you
like,
didn't lose your
I don't
memory
have the
after all.
numbers, so I have no clue who this is.
Then why didn't you say something earlier? I only answer
I bet you it was
questions
just like
if
a
someone
spam
bothers to
call. If
ask
they
me.
really need me, they'll call me again.
Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
God forbid it's like a Shrek moment. Well, somebody better be dying.
The tragedy.
I'm dying.
A tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously
No,
forgot?
what's wrong?
Maybe I can help you remember with a kiss.
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening. But it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Why is that phrase coming up now?
Because it's all because of that event. What is? Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
Is... now?
The world's been destroyed. Get it?
Destroyed?
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it. I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster. Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Oh my gosh, fresh Nike boy. Happy
And as a
early
result,
birthday.
in
And on
basically
top of
no
that,
time flat,
hello, how are you doing today?
the world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
That's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete description in there!
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Morose saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
Oh, is it?
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
Uh-oh.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die!
Oh boy.
To die! This is the true tragedy!
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right?
This
The
is like
end
the first time
justifies
I've
the
ever had
means.
to have this
Everything
situation
serves
put
the
in my lap.
outcome.
I don't know what
In
to
other
say or
words,
do. I'm not gonna lie.
The world has the important thing.
How can the world just end? It's the world.
Calm down. It's okay. There's no need to panic. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway, so the world ending isn't that big a deal.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you.
That's honestly a good rule
It's the
to
story
adapt
of the
on.
Tagami
I'm gonna have to try to
Corporation,
add that
which
over
has
the
given
break
Byakuya's
because
life
that's
all its meaning.
that's a big one.
What? What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into
I mean,
it like a middle-aged secretary.
Do you think it'd work if we just let it slide and then we just set up a rule where nobody can talk about how old they are?
What do you think happened
Because
to
I
the
would prefer
Tagami
not
family?
to, you know, drop the hammer, especially for something so minimal. That's not even fair.
Correct. Well done, peasant.
I looked at, I saw
I
the
didn't
answers
say
and I'm like,
anything
wait,
yet.
what are the differences in these sentences? And I
got
looked at it, I'm
fucking
like, there
bored
isn't
waiting.
any.
I couldn't help it. Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
But do you think
Okay,
you might
thank you,
get
Jerry.
disease?
Yeah, that's definitely
Getting
something we don't
bored
want to
so
trifle
easy, I
with.
mean, do you think I might be sick?
Anyway, like
Here,
I was
speaking of that,
saying,
I'm just gonna update the rules
Byakuya's
right
entire
now.
lineage has been totally annihilated.
What?
So Nike
What the
Boy,
hell are you
keep that
talking
in
about?
mind, because like I definitely didn't want to
I
have
can
to
confirm
do
that
anything,
his
because you're
entire
a great
family is
person,
dying,
you know, you're
even the
here
distant
constantly, and you're
relatives. The Tagami
an
name
active member
has
of the chat.
perished.
So I didn't want to have to do that,
Stop
but
with these idiotic
terms and
jokes.
service puts me in jeopardy here,
Sob,
and that's
said
just
with
something we
such
can't afford to
authority.
mess with.
A peasant
So
would dare
obviously
challenge
we're
us,
good,
the
but we just
avatar of
can't
divine
talk about
punishment.
ages.
You
I'm gonna
must
go ahead and
learn
say
your
ages
place,
unless you're
peasant.
probably like
You
18
are no
and up.
longer the ultimate
Just because this
affluent
is a
progeny.
mature channel, but like I was
They
watching
couldn't
mature
possibly
stuff
be
whenever
gone.
I was
The
13
Tagami
too.
family is
It's
destined to guide
perfectly
the world.
natural, you know.
Hell, there
As
is
long
no
as you
world
ain't
anymore,
spouting it back
remember?
off to your
It got
parents. The
fucked
last thing I
a
want to do
year
is get a
ago.
nasty worded email about how so and so is a
Hold
bad
on.
influence
That
on
doesn't
our
make any
kids.
sense.
Huh? That don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago. I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago. If some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken?
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
Well, yeah. I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
Huh? 2 years ago?
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God.
So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right? What are the memories I took from you?
Come now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
How are we supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
Shoot!
I like her. She's like, come on, man.
I refuse to give up yet.
Sorry, I'm looking for the chat rules because my stupid self hasn't edited them in so long that I forgot what they're even under.
Well done, peasant.
But I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it. Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think I might be sick?
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
I can confirm that his
Here we
entire
go.
family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Tagami name has perished.
Stop with these idiotic jokes!
Stop! And said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment? You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
They couldn't possibly be gone! The Togami family is destined to guide the world!
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago.
Hold on. That doesn't make any sense.
Huh? I don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago. I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago. If some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain the totally normal world
right, there
we
we
were
go.
living in up till then?
We now have a rule.
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken?
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
That's true.
Well, yeah. I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
Huh? 2 years ago?
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
So they were there for the tragedy then?
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God.
So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right? What are the memories I took from you?
Come now, answer us. Answer with all your heart
Answer
and
us.
soul.
Okay, cool. So we're talking to a
How are we
plurality.
supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
I got it! If we accept that what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Nope. Nope. No. Nope. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says,
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Seriously? This routine again?
Thank you, Your Majesty.
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy.
Jesus,
And
really?
that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life? That's not possible!
Years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
This is all just
What?
surreal.
Plus, if 2 years have passed, how freaking old am I?
Everyone's so conflicted.
2 years worth. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years?
Hell no! I mean,
I haven't gone to any. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
this is all just surreal.
Wait, I keep missing it.
how freaking old?
Everyone's so conflicted.
2 years. I could never lose something.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
Okay, so it was wrong anyways.
Shoot!
I just thought the group photo because it was in a class.
2 years worth of memories.
I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible!
I mean, I haven't gone. Heck, I've never even. This is all just.
Plus, in 2 years, how freaking old am I?
Everyone's so conflicted.
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
Shoot!
2 years worth of memories.
I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
No, that's wrong.
You have been to class, you liar! I bet you try hard in school, you
Kero,
freaking...
there's something I'd like you to take a look at.
Trying not to say something typical, and I just ended up
notebook right
grunting.
Huh? Hey, why's my name written on it?
I found it in the locker room on
In
the
my
second floor.
handwriting.
If you don't mind, could you
I
take a
found
look
you.
inside?
Faker.
Baker?
Sure, whatever you want.
That was way too
But
high.
I've
It
never
sounded
seen
like
this
he
notebook
actually
before
cared.
in my life.
Baker, I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. I'll make you eat those
What was
words.
that? Is something wrong?
I can't do it. I'm so tired.
It's
I
kinda
straight up took a
similar.
nap before this.
No, even
at,
more
like,
than that.
When
This
did I
is
get home?
Absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt.
I don't even know how long I was asleep
how
for.
is
It was
this?
like
I
maybe
don't
3,
remember ever writing
and then
in
I
this
slept
thing.
until like right before the stream.
No, no way.
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak. But somehow, you forgot all about it.
Lies. It's all one big lie.
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hero,
I'm sure you would,
I have
Jerry.
no
I'm
memory
sure
of
you
ever
would.
writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here! Shit, man! I've never been to a funeral! Hell yes!
2 years of
How?
school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on?
Seriously, how?
How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right?
No, it's high
And
school.
on top of that, something tragically sad happened.
High school
1 year
friendships
ago.
don't last.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic
At least most of them
event
anyways.
in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind. I'm bored.
Wow.
Explaining stuff is boring.
What?
We are bored of this world.
What?
Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
Wow.
What are you talking about?
What a motive.
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves! I'm sick of expositioning all this shit!
Figure out what?
Meta.
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
I got it! The moment I lost my memories. I can't think of any time other than that day.
And someone gave this woman a TV show?
When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall. When I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
You got it, honey! 2 years of memories? Poof! Gone! Which means, of course...
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, but
by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated. What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
You're the one who set things up to be like this!
I love you all so much.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly.
Oh.
It's only natural that I would fall in love.
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it. All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind. Let's go back in time 2 years, okay?
Okay.
Back to when everyone first came to this school.
School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst! Everyone was enjoying themselves so much! You were all having the time of your lives!
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
What are you?
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it. And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
And then, something super neat happened! Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once! So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter! That's right! It was transformed into a shelter! Ah, I said it twice!
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation.
Can you
for
tell
creating
if that's
what would
like
eventually
foreshadowing a
become your
question or
prison.
something?
Do any of you know who that might have been?
I got it! Could only have been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
Interesting.
He wanted to turn the school into a
So
shelter
the school
to
was
try
already
and
like that.
protect us. To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside. That's why he asked us to make that promise. To say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope, that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake. It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair.
Holy crap. Usagi,
I have to say,
how are you doing today?
It really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time. time!
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
I'm doing pretty good myself. Thank you for asking.
Ourselves in here?
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
Only let us live? So we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because this was so much more than a simple high school death match. Rather,
There's
it was a
simple
method
ones?
to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why
Well, why don't you tell me?
What the heck? Oh.
Now I understand. You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing? By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
What?
Are you serious?
But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
Expelled them?
I have to thank you all.
Oh,
They were a
clever use
relentless
of
bunch,
words.
refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
Oh,
There's a
he
reason
said
I
it!
chose
He
you guys
said
to
it!
survive
We
when
ascended.
all the other students were dropping like flies. I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
Wow.
That's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
Truth can be full of despair, too. Like right fucking now.
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other? For nothing?
And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
Wait, so they were classmates with the
Get it,
serial
okay?
killer this whole time and
You're
they just
totally awesome,
knew?
right?
Allegedly?
We did it already. So help us!
And I'm not talking about Junko, I'm talking about Jill.
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's
No, I know. I
reason
know how
for
Junko
it.
knows.
And since
but,
there's no
like,
reason, there's no argument
you know,
against it. There's
Jill would have
just
been
no
wanted by the
understanding
police. And
No
they would have seen her be
argument, no
Jill at some
understanding.
point, given how
What
easily
better
she becomes
definition
Jill.
of ultimate despair could there be?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Oh, they didn't?
Huh?
Like, even with their
You say
memories?
the world's
Are you
fallen
sure?
apart, but I haven't seen it for myself. So I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Until you see it with your own eyes, truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all gunners for sure.
Wow, being friends with a serial killer. I wonder how that feels.
About any of this.
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you. For the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them!
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other.
Our Lily,
You're
how are you
nothing but
doing today?
bloodthirsty animals.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally.
Hell yes! That's funny as shit!
No! This isn't just some game to us. It's murder! Plain and simple. You stole our memories, invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner. It's all your fault!
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be
Aw,
your
thank you
hope,
for the
huh?
bits, Our Lily. Those are some pretty
But
unicorns.
we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did ya? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me, and punish everyone on the side of hope.
Even if it's just one person?
Oh, but don't worry, I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this.
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win, to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No killing. That's your punishment.
You mean we just...
We'd have
Bad
to just
ending, you mean?
live here?
She's saying she'll let us live.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait a sec! I just got hit with an inspiration bomb! Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all! So, here's
What
what'll
audience
happen.
at home?
One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment!
What? You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down! Makoto, you're up!
Me?
Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
So
Oh.
let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them.
Yeah, I got the secret, the bad ending.
If a single
Usagi, yeah, I
person
got
votes
it.
for
It was
hope to be
interesting.
punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out,
What,
ensuring you
Usagi?
all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice
Oh, yeah, that's
Makoto,
right, we watched
the
a video
rest
of
you
it.
will get to live out your lives.
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished? Don't you have faith in your friends?
No, that's not it.
It's okay. You're right to be afraid.
Yeah,
It would
I thought that
seem
was
all
pretty
of those
funny.
around you have realized the futility of going against me.
Guys? It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
Besides, Yoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
Kyoko!
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair! We're not gonna lose to you!
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope. And your stupid life!
In before Alter Ego Ex Machina for the second time. Yes, I'm planning on doing it all in the natural order, but we are going to be rotating games to where we don't get a Danganronpa overload. So, like, you know, I'm going to be doing Bioshock 2 next, and then we're doing Danganronpa 2 after Bioshock 2.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy. By the way,
Dots. I don't know how you're supposed to respond to that.
The only reason we're okay in here
The air purifier.
is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab. If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt.
In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Meh.
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
Shoot!
Everyone's
We
just
won't give up.
speechless.
As long as there's hope.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Oh wow, she straight up wrote this down. This is straight foreshadowing right here.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know.
The only reason is thanks to the if I die. In other words, the communal life you've all of you will have to go into the world outside. So, will you just die?
There's only dots and hope.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
No!
That would be the end. By the way, the only reason is thanks to the if I die. In other words, the communal life you've all of you will have to go into the world outside. So, will you just die?
Alright, we're gonna have to go back in on that one. I was stupid. Somehow managed to miss it. I probably was gonna get it wrong though, knowing my luck.
I refuse to give up yet. We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
if I were to die,
What the heck?
That would be the end.
Did I just miss it or something?
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the
Shoot! We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
if I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Maybe it's not that one then, but it's not counting it as wrong, so it doesn't make any sense.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here
is thanks to the if I die. In other words, the communal life you've all of you will have to go into the world outside. So, will you just die?
Oh, okay.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's...
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the
Shoot! We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
I know I keep doing it,
that
but
would
what
be
am I
the
supposed to
end of
do?
Hope's Peak Academy. By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all of you will have to go into the world outside.
Shoot! We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air.
Shoot!
I mean, I guess I just got to say, do I have to sample any of the other... do I have to sample Hope or something like that? That's my only question. Because, like, they're not giving me a lot of text to work with. So I'm, like, inclined to think that it's...
to give up yet.
Yeah, that's my question. Because that would at least help me narrow it down.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Shoot! We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of...
Don't lose hope now.
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place. But to live means moving forward, right? So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we? I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me. So that's why, no matter what, I need to get out of here. The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter
Allie
anymore.
Frost, how are you doing?
What matters is my own gut feelings.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're
Ryan,
okay in here
no problem.
is thanks to the air purifiers
I appreciate you
in
letting
the
me know.
physics lab.
Don't lose hope now.
I've been thinking about all this. And I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do? You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm.
But regardless, Ryan, I hope you're doing well
That sounds
today.
like something she'd say, right? No. I think that's definitely what she'd say. Which is why yeah! I've made up my mind!
Rally in the
We
troops.
won't give up.
Oh, okay.
As long
Yeah,
as
no
there's
worries.
hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
I definitely understand that.
that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know.
The only reason is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want.
If I die, the purifiers was, in other words,
The communal life you've all been...
She sounded auto-tuned. Like, me. Oh my god, I did that noise and my cat immediately woke up and started meowing at me. What a precious little
Actually,
furball.
I may not look like it, but I always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. Oh, but no matter what,
Genocider goes down smooth.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
We just encouraged a serial killer to have hope. Have we reached a new low? I believe we've reached a new low.
By the way, the only reason
I don't know if I can go on murdering people. Hey, cheer up. You can totally murder as many people as you set your mind to. Oh, gee,
the
thanks.
communal life you've all been living will I can keep on living as long as I have my masters. All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside. We're only
Don't lose hope now.
Oh, her name is Genocider.
It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to
Okay, first
despair.
of all, that's great, but
don't
how cool would it be?
I couldn't care in the slightest
like
what
a
happens to
really
you.
potent alcoholic cider, and you call it the
I just
you
have
call
to
it the
keep my word.
Genocider.
I swore I would end the life of the mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead.
But with a
I'm
hyphen
still alive.
to make it appropriate.
So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known,
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end.
I've decided.
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want if I die. In other words, the communal life you've all I can keep on living! All of you will have to go into the world outside.
I already said I would claim the message.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die?
Don't lose hope now.
Not you, Coca-Cola. It is the main theme, isn't
I
it?
didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking.
But one thing I do know
But
is the
even if we're
refreshing
just
taste of
connected by blood,
Coca-Cola.
There's one thing I am sure of. He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that. Just because we don't actually know anything, does that mean we can't understand? Could it be that... No, never mind.
Exactly, Ryan. Exactly.
So,
There's
Makoto,
always hope.
I don't think
Silver
we wound up at
linings
this school because
is
we
what I
had
like to
good
say.
luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely. You came here to bring down the ultimate despair. You came here to confront despair without ever giving up. And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think?
What the hell are you?
I like that.
So uncool.
It's like the ultimate
Your
truth bullet.
stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other. It's all so uncool, so unhip.
Look. Look, okay. Do you want my real answer? Because as a human being, I am upfront nice, but secretly hoping for suffering. Okay? So like, I'm kind of in between. Like, I want to believe they'll make it out, but part of me also wants to believe that she'll just be so upper-handed that she'll find a way to kill everybody.
You suck. What do you want? So uncool.
Oh no!
You dare to stand against us?
I can't figure out how to get rid of my... Where's my freaking...
Who are you? You're gross.
Okay, I can't figure out how to get my freaking fever time. I haven't used it
I
yet.
just love despair!
You suck. What do you want? So uncool.
You're unbearable!
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair. Everything is pointless. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
Everything is pointless.
No.
There we go. killing it. It's not
Despair into
spacebar. It wasn't
tomorrow.
working.
This hope keeps on going.
Yeah, it wasn't working for me, the spacebar. It must be a different thing. I tried smashing like every key on the left half of my keyboard.
I refuse to give up. I refuse to get bored. I refuse to throw it all away. I refuse to despair. Because all I have going for me is the
I guess I just didn't
desire to
notice.
keep moving forward.
What's going on? What's happening?
Quick, she's in the room. Beat the shit out of her. Yeah, we can do that. I have fists. Shut up, hero. All right, I'll take it.
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
We just gotta pull the lever, right?
Good.
Pull the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever.
Let's put an end to these trials. Put an end to the killing. With our own hands.
Do I think I'm gonna upgrade to mean difficulty? I might upgrade to mean difficulty, Jerry. Oh, it's such a cute sprite of her, too. Well, not a sprite, but, you know, face.
The hell?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do mean, like, just because this is the, you know, step down from mean, and I did alright. And I'm a first-time player, so now that I have some experience on how it works, it would only make sense to level up my gameplay. Give more coin! Oh, why didn't you say? The Black Ranger voice Naegi. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I was gonna say I didn't know the name, but that's great.
Well, that's just totally the best.
Oh, that's a new
So
face.
this is despair. And now true despair. And now
What's up with her face? That's the face a mouse looks when it finds a piece of cheese. Basically what's going on.
Anyway.
totally the best.
Not possible. Don't make me repeat myself.
Okay.
Oh, main theme is coming back.
Hey. However...
No. There's one last thing.
Please just do the normal thing and put her in jail. That would be like the biggest fuck you to Junko ever. Just put her in jail. She can't die, but she still has to be in suffering.
It's fine.
It can't be.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! How many times do I have to tell you? Don't get in my way! So this is how the despair of death feels. It's so wonderful! Even a tenth of this despair. Even 100th. I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth. Okay, let's do this. I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Here we go. This is gonna be interesting. What the heck? Oh my gosh, she's doing all of them. Oh. Well then. Also, how'd she not get turned into Mondo butter? See? Yeah. Where's Junko butter? Thank you. Junko ketchup. Yeah, at least part of her body should have been butter, statistically speaking. Wow, we stole her hair ties. We're just real low, aren't we? Any final thoughts on the game? It's great. It's really great. It's a little confusing at first, but like, well written, well executed. A few things were kind of a reach for a plot, but you have those in every single game, so you can't really be too surprised, you know? Exactly. Like, literally, one of my theories involved the zombie apocalypse having happened, you know?
Hey. Makoto.
So,
Indeed.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
In other words,
It is kind of surreal, isn't it?
But
See, that's what I was gonna say, like, how would you force us out if you're dead?
it's true.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the air purifiers turn off. That's right, that's right.
My beautiful scissors!
Huh?
She didn't see anything. Rip. Oh my gosh. I don't think anybody ships her and Byakuya more than her.
That's enough.
That would be a greater horror than anything I've encountered so far.
Anyway,
Bro Yakuya.
but
for serious.
I mean, I guess I can agree, Jerry, but at the same time, like, obviously he had to be written that way, or else the character wouldn't have existed for you to hate.
in other words, am I wrong?
Alright, Usagi. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by, of course.
You got it!
Oh my god, yes, AOEX donut.
Hey.
Okay.
Dang, she hardcore into them donuts. Get you a girl like Aoi. For real. Get you a ride or die bitch. The one who will grow wheat to make you donuts.
Woo!
Makoto.
Damn it, Jerry. Exophdia. At first I thought it said exfolia, and I was like, yes, exfolia. Exfoliates!
Well, I guess this is goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura. But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well
Goodbye
do it
to
with a smile on
Sakura.
our face.
What about...
Hey guys!
What,
You guys want your fortunes told?
what about the
anywhere,
other 8
anytime.
people?
You just let me know. I'll be there.
You know how much I hate being annoyed, but if something does come up, you may as well let me know. I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but, you know.
Aw, that's like the sweetest thing he said all day.
Why, but I have a burning desire to start writing. I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me, and the others, I guess.
I can't say
And
I'm
the
sorry
others, I
about
guess.
what happened,
I guess y'all
still,
were here too and experienced this
does
whole
feel
thing I'm
kind
going to
of
write and
strange.
probably have a best-selling novel out of. I mean, whatever.
Really
You know.
don't know what to say. I guess we graduated?
Oh my gosh. Don't do this to me. No! We don't get to see the outside! Oh my gosh. Wow. First of all, I'm kind of sad because I really wanted to see what the outside looked like. Like, that was literally like the whole point. Like, even if it was like a 2-second thing of shit being totally fine or not fine, I would have been fine with that. But this I'm kind of not fine with. But aside from that, final closing thoughts on the game. Chapter 1. Holy crap, what a pace setter. And that was one murder. Honestly, I think that was a perfect way to kick off this series in a tasteful and receptive way. And then on top of that, the amnesia arc later on was a little typical, I will admit. I did, whenever they said they have amnesia, I'm like, wow, what is this, a soap? And so, a little weird, but then there's moments like right there that where you have Mondo and Taka just sitting there in the sweat room, and it really gave you a feeling of knowing these characters and being able to relate to them and how they're starting to get along with each other. Of course, we didn't know they knew each other and had memory loss. We thought they were meeting each other for the first time. So it was interesting to see this chemistry, I suppose, rework itself into their lives because, you know, more or less, I'm assuming the reactions they had to each other upon re-meeting each other is about the same as the first time. But that's, of course, speculation. Chapter 2 was really good, but it was honestly overshadowed by chapters, the rest of them, but 3 and 4 with Alter Ego, definitely a unique perspective. I thought they were going to go something with ghosts because we saw the little floating head in the locker, but it was a nice misleading twist into something that fit into this universe, and I very much do enjoy the fact that enjoy the fact that, you know, it was something they could throw in there to give us more content without killing the very limited number of characters, which you assumed would have limited this game's content from the get-go. Alright, so let me continue. Sorry, I'm just trying to give like my full synopsis of how I think of this game. Okay, so I ended up with basically like chapter 3 and 4. The ending chapters, they were great, especially with how things started to kind of like unravel. You know, we started getting the broken Monokuma bots, and we started getting, you know, more and more, I guess it would be what would otherwise be classified as restricted information going into the parts of the game that Junko initially didn't want us to get into, and that really made a lot of room for, I mean, that investigative feel that they wanted to give us, but at the same time via a locked, you know, a locked box scenario, I suppose. Oh, fan service. And so, yeah. Honestly, overall, saying it's a roller coaster is kind of an understatement because it took something that at face value you don't think is going to have a lot of depth to it and made you really learn. Like at the beginning of this game, Jerry, you remember I didn't know all their names and I said I never would, and now I know them all off the back of my hand and all their personalities and stuff. So you really feel like you've connected with these fake characters, which at the end of the day, from a writing perspective, is really accomplishing your goal. So I have to say I'm impressed about that. Oh man. Overall though, I'm really excited to play the next one. I'm really excited. Oh, what's this? What?
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma. And I am this school's headmaster.
Subtle. Subtle. I got the Easter egg. What an impressive game item. Wait. I unlocked school mode. A dating sim. A 50-day dating sim. The what if simulation type play mode. Okay, well I have to make a judgment call because today is technically supposed to be my day off, but I wanted to bring y'all the end of Danganronpa. So I'm either going to choose a different game to play for the rest of the night, or I'm going to continue to have my day off, but I'm not sure what I want to do about that, because I'm already here, and so are y'all, so it's like, at this point, you know, I got an idea. I am, you know what, I'm already here, I'm doing my thing. I'm gonna take my break because we somehow managed to end that right at 9.